So it is Independence Day,
Happy
4th of
4th of
July.
July, yeah. Happy birthday, Mum.
So is your mum's birthday today?
It is actually my mum's birthday today, yeah. Don't ask me what she is.
Ah.
It's not because I don't want to tell you. I actually don't know.
Yeah, it's not a question you ask as well. So, seeing as we're doing it is Independence Day, isn't it? We're going to get slaughtered by all the Americans. It is Independence Day. But what was on the first? Was it Canada Day? Happy Canada Day
Is
to
it?
the Canadians? There was something anyway. It was
Oh,
either
they'll,
that or it was
they'll
the
be all
start of a new,
passive about it anyway, so it's all good.
yeah, it was either that or it was the start of a new hockey season. It was one of the two. It's the same thing, isn't it?
It pretty much is, I think. But then again, I like hockey myself, and as do you. We have the
Yep.
local Glasgow team, but we'll not talk too much about that.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today? So we've kind of left this open, haven't we? We've not. Mark isn't scribbling loads of notes and saying this is what we're chatting about today. It's
I
kind
think,
of
yeah, it's a little bit hard today. Like, we've been so busy. We had the user group last week in Glasgow, so we were running for that one, and it's been a really busy week. Kind of doing a lot of admin stuff for the Scottish Summit that we've been pulling together, trying to get a lot more traction around that. Obviously, MVPs have been announced this week as well, but I think everybody else is touching on all of that. Well, the MVP stuff anyway at the moment, that's all over Twitter and stuff.
it is. We do need to say well done to Sarah Lagerquist though, because she's one of our closer people in our group, so we have to say well done to
Yeah,
her.
no, well done to everybody that got them. I mean, it is an absolute amazing achievement to get that recognition for what you do in the community. So, complete round of applause for it. But to
Yeah,
Sarah, man,
yeah.
well done.
I'm not clapping. No, it is good. I mean, to the people that don't have it, their contributions are still as powerful in the community, regardless if they've got an MVP award or not. It's what they do which makes a difference, not what the title they get is. So
Oh, definitely.
it is good that way. So what have actually been really busy. So I've shifted. So a lot of the stuff we talk about is blogs, YouTubes, and podcasts and community stuff. So I run Dynamics 365 blogs with some help from Iain, and we're having a chat, and we think it was kind of pigeonholed to just Dynamics. So taken the bullet, shall we say, and we have moved to 365community.online and shifted every single blog that we've got on there, which is like 5,500 blogs. There was lots of help from third parties, lots of Mark shouting and barking orders and things not working, and Mark crying, then coming back.
But it was a complete lift and shift as well. It's changed
Oh
servers,
yeah,
it's changed URLs. It's not just a cosmetic change at this point in time, it's actual, the whole structure has been changed behind it, which is the harder part there. If you run a blog, you know this yourself. There's the element of having where do you put the space, what theme do you put on the website, where do you put it, how do you get the traffic to it. Try taking something that's got yours as well as hundreds of other people's 5,000 plus blogs itself, lifting and shifting that to make sure it all still works when it goes
yeah. And
elsewhere.
the other part of it, which was quite an annoying, well, not annoying part, it was quite an interesting part, was we were getting 6,000 unique views per month. So what I didn't want people to do was to have bookmarks where they'd click on a bookmark and that blog wasn't there anymore. So I've actually done some 301 redirects. So if they go to that site and that page, it redirects them to the new site. Now that,
Just to keep that continuity. I mean, that in itself is pretty awesome. How did you manage to do that?
oh, good old WordPress, there was a plugin. There was a plugin, and then there was some, it was an Excel upload. So there's a lot of VLOOKUPs, a lot of copies and pastes, but we got there.
Yeah, it's a lot of
So
time, and I think that's one of the things as well as we talk about blogs. There's also, I suppose, there is that piece there as well where we should talk about as we are doing the hosting, the updating. It's a nightmare. It's not a nightmare. That's not right. It's just such a
oh,
big overhead. It's such a technical debt doing it actually.
yeah. And I mean, the technical debt that we had before was it was on a slow server. We knew it was on a slow server, but we didn't think it was going to get as much traction as it did in the first place. So
Yeah, true.
shifting to a new server. But the biggest problem that we had was backdating the certificate on it. We could not put a certificate on there once WordPress was installed. It just wouldn't work. I had people come in, look at it. We had actually done a test lift and shift to another domain so that we could try and wipe the old domain, put a SSL on there and move it back. And when we overwrote it again, it just didn't go. So we were like, no, fine, let's lift shift and let's open it up to the whole Power Platform M365, D365. So we can now cater for Dynamics, Office, Data, Azure, Power Platform, YouTube, podcasts. So really,
So it's becoming a massive directory for that Power Platform, as you say. It's not just Dynamics centric, and it's like the Scottish Summit that we're doing as well, where we're trying to cater for everybody and have so much more cross pollination across the estate, so that you're not just fixed in that one vertical of your own.
and I think
It's
that's
just a
what it
great
was.
community.
I think that's actually what the main driver was. When we were looking at Scotland, we thought the community is so interlinked in everything that you do.
Yep.
Office, you open a document from Dynamics in Office. You're using Flow to populate an email template. You're doing big data transformations. You're data warehousing. You're doing Flow. You're doing Azure. You're hitting everything. We are all working together. We're crossing, as you say, cross-pollination is everywhere. So why not let's try and update the community resource for blogs to include everyone, so it's not one point of contact, but it's a good place where you can go and find out a lot about a lot.
Yep, I'm thinking that as well. And in the move, as Mark said, there's like 5,000 plus blogs there at the moment. There's a few little bits and pieces that I came across that I just was like, totally forgot about that snippet of information, or that was a really good blog, this was really good there as well. So there's nothing in particular that I want to highlight as a new thing this week around about the blogs, but just a bit of self-promotion, I suppose, and saying that there's so much there that will actually, it's not our blogs, it's everybody else's, but self-promotion for that catalogue of it, where you can go there and just get lost in it. It's like Reddit for the Power Apps community.
It is. And while we're kind of talking about community sites, there is also a site. So a lot of us do speaking. We look for people for events. We look for venues. We look for funding. There's lots of different stuff that we're looking for events. So there is also a website called communityconnect.site. And you can search in there for the type of person you're looking for, location, where things are. So if you are running events, it's a good source, a good source of information there that you can kind of pick up stuff quite quickly. So if you're running a local user group and you want to search for something in Azure, just type in Azure, it'll bring back a list of people. It's an MVP.
That as well, I take. Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, it's an MVP, Gary Whitaker, who created this in the first place. So it's quite it's a community one.
So obviously the content is there. If I wanted to be a speaker listed on that site, obviously you spoke about there if you're looking for speakers, but if you were offering your services as a speaker, I take it you can just go and register and upload some information about yourself and what your categories are, that type of thing.
Yeah, you can do. You can also put in, so you can put in who you are, where you are, what you want to speak about, where you will travel for free, where you would need expenses to, where your limits are for traveling, how often you can travel, what your social media is. So it's definitely, I mean, I'll be honest, I've been on there for a while and I keep forgetting about it. I keep forgetting to say, oh, here's an event I'm willing to speak, or, okay, we've got, so example, we're up in Aberdeen in October or November for a UG.
Yep.
Rather than have somebody travel 140, 150 miles up to Aberdeen, let's just have a look at the Community Connect site and find out if there's anyone up there who we can have a chat with and invite along to see if they are willing to speak.
That's awesome. That's a really powerful tool, actually, if everybody gets on it and registers themselves for it.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of folk. I mean, I just looking at speakers at the moment, I can quickly just type in Dynamics, and we have got the Motley Crew. We have got Will Dorrington, Anna Domeni, Andrew Bibby, the Hosk, Chris Huntingford. He doesn't count anymore. He's not allowed to speak. Everyone, Julian Sharp, Kyle Hill, Lucy, myself, Matt Collins, or who have we got, Megan, yet. I mean, it is at the moment very UK centric, and maybe not a thing for Independence Day, but it's very UK centric at the moment. However, there are plans for that to be expanded globally. So definitely something to have a look at if you're doing community events or doing any sort of speaking events, either hosting or looking to take part.
Awesome. And on that note, I think even though it's not Independence here in the UK or in Scotland yet, we'll see what happens.
We'll
I
get there.
think everybody should go off and light some fireworks. Whether they're legal or not in Florida is to be debated, but I think everybody likes a little bit of an explosion.
Yep. So thank you all very much and enjoy your long weekend.
Thanks. Have a good weekend.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.